What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. Blood Splatter Chatter. Verno and the Missing Link here for another 2025 double feature the day before Thanksgiving. So happy holidays to all. Drinking the random coffee instead of beer tonight. Special day,
Oh,
special time, special drink.
it fitting for the weather as well.
Right.
Verno and I were just talking about how damn chilly it is out on our side of the coast.
The
I'm
Midwest. We're both
the Midwest.
Midwesterners.
Yeah,
You're a
yeah,
Michigander. What do
yeah.
you call it? What is it? Michigander?
Michiganer. Yeah, yeah.
And what the fuck am I? An Illinoisian.
Chicagoan, or
Chicago
Chicago.
sounds a lot fucking cooler, that's for sure. Oh, what up? Tonight we're talking two bangers, man. Honestly, two of my probably
Yes.
two of my favorites of the year so far.
Yeah,
We'll be
yeah.
doing our top 10 in like a month or so, and I have a feeling, a sneaking suspicion that Together and Bring Her Back will both be on there.
There we
Together
go.
done by first-time filmmaker, which I was surprised by. Really excited about, honestly, the directors for both these movies, but Michael Shanks
I had
wrote
to
and
look
directed
him up.
this thing, first thing that he's done, and then Bring Her Back by the Talk to Me directors. So their sophomore outing, the Philippou brothers, which I
Yeah,
love Talk to Me too. You loved it too, right? You were a big
yeah.
fan of Talk to Me?
Yep, yep. That
Hell yeah.
I, not to get too far into it, but it's like
Mhm.
both pleasant surprises because it's like that sophomore effort. Sometimes there's a lot hanging on. Like first one could be a fluke, Like
Right.
let's see if they really. Long story short, they got it. But then this first time director, like the Together was impressed me so much. I had to look him up. I was like, what else has this dude done?
Same.
Nothing. Like I was like, what? So
I
I
know.
look forward to seeing what else he has
Dude,
in
I
the
think
future.
we just kind of said it during our last talk, but like all of the big directors that people are talking about, Jordan Peele's, the Ari Aster's, Ty West, even throw him in there,
Yeah, yeah.
the Philippou brothers, the Parker or whatever his name is, the guy that did Smile,
Oh,
like,
okay,
and
yeah,
so
yeah.
many Robert Eggers, like most of the big
He directed
directors.
both of them. Just Smiles. Sorry.
Yes, yeah,
Okay, okay,
Parker
cool. Okay.
Finn. No, I'm fucking that up. Either way, like the future of like right now, the present for horror and the future, like is in good hands. There's so many
Looking very
good,
bright.
really super solid filmmakers that are making horror films right now.
I
I wanted
really agree.
to, before we dive into these, I think we'll do Bring Her Back first because it's the most available for people. It's on Max.
Okay.
But I wanted to I was surprised. I went through every movie, every 2025 movie that we've done so far on this show this year. It's a lot. So I'm just gonna
Okay.
blast through all of them. I'm just gonna read them all out. You guys, if there any of these movies you want to go back, all these conversations are up there. And then I tried to make a list of the ones that I want to try to do before the year's over. Because for people that don't know, like what we did last year, basically after Horror Fest for November, December, you and I went hard in the paint doing these
A
2025,
lot of makeup.
yeah, double features. But dude, looking at it, and we will like through the rest of the year, we're gonna fit in what we can and kind of what we've missed. But let's see, this is what we've done so far this year: Companion and Hard Eyes, double feature, The
Amazing.
Monkey, and The Rule of Jenny Penn.
I enjoyed. Jenny Penn was the.
That was the way I always think about it. We both enjoyed it, but we're like, but I would never like recommend this to anyone ever.
Is it like the romance?
It was the one with the in the old folks' home with the dude from Third Rock
Okay.
from the
Oh,
Sun.
with the and John Lithgow. Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
The Gorge, kind of horror, didn't love it.
Yeah.
Sinners, Clown in a
Excellent.
Cornfield, Ugly Stepsister, Underseen one, loved it.
Yeah.
Fear Street, Prom Queen sucked. Hell of a Summer, probably also underseen.
Loved it.
Horror
Yeah.
comedy we
One of
both
my
really
favorites.
liked. Predator, Killer of Killers, the animated movie, 28 years later. I
Okay.
Know What You Did Last Summer, Final
Mhm.
Destination Bloodlines, double feature. Drop,
Yep.
Until Dawn, Dangerous Animals, VHS Halloween, Frankenstein, Weapons, and now we're here with Together and Bring Her Back for a total so far of 22.
What have we missed?
What
What have we missed this
right? That's what I'm
year?
saying. I was honestly expected to look and like there be more it's first of all, sometimes it's hard when you're
Yeah.
looking at 2025 horror movies. I'm coming across it's like Oddity, Nosferatu, Substance. Like, bitch, all these came out last year. So you know how it is. It's tricky looking that up. But Black Phone 2, which you saw, you weren't a huge fan of. I haven't seen yet. Bone Lake is one. Like, have
You know
you
what?
heard anything of this?
Bone Like or Bone Lake?
Bone Lake.
No, no, no. I haven't heard. But it would be interesting to cover Black Phone with you, just because it's like I'd like to hear your take on it because it goes in a completely different route than the first one. So
Right.
I
You
think
think it'd be cool to do a Black Phone 1 and 2 double feature to kind of
yes,
compare and contrast, right?
yes,
I say
yes.
we try to knock that out before because it's one of the bigger names that's on this list. Uh Keeper, it's either Keeper or The Keeper, I think is the newest Osgood
Okay, the new
Perkins joint.
I got to check that out. Yeah,
Megan 2.0, I could probably do without it.
same.
Predator Badlands.
I watched that yesterday for the first bad ass,
Really?
bro. Yeah, probably one of my favorite movies of the year. Like I was
Damn.
really, yeah.
Is it horror? Because just looking at it, it seems like obviously it's Predator, so it always leans heavily into action, but it seems even more like actiony, blockbustery than Prey did.
Yes, it is because there he's not the focus is the predator. Like he's
Mhm.
got a lot working against him, but he's not necessarily the prey. You and in all other predator movies, it's always some prey situation, predator
Right.
prey situation going on. Not really so much in this movie. It's way more like sci-fi action packed.
Right. We should
But
do it
I
though.
feel like you could get away with it.
Right. Oh no,
Yeah.
it's got a fucking scary predator guy in it. We can do it. The Good Boy or Good Boy, which
Oh, the
just
dog
came
movie.
out. If I
Okay.
would
Oh
have
yeah, you were
noticed
telling
when
me.
that came out, we'd be doing that right now. But whatever. I think we'll do that next. I say maybe if we can get together next week, we can
Yo,
do
I just real quick,
Mhm.
like in Shutter, like with that the Night Patrol trailer I sent you with Justin Long, like I'm
Yeah,
glad to
yeah.
see Shutter really taking some chances right now, trying to put like their like it's not just on the streaming shit. They're
Hmm.
putting their films in
I didn't even notice that was
theaters.
Shutter.
Yeah, that's a Shutter joint, bro. They might be co-producing with somebody else, but
Right.
yeah, Shutter, yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot. Like Good Boy is an example of that,
Mm-hmm.
where it's like you think it's a Shutter original, but it used to be whatever a Shutter original was comes out on Shutter right when it comes out.
Yep,
But
on the
now
app.
they've
Yep.
been doing theatrical releases. Him, which everybody was excited about, I've heard nothing
Oh
but bad things
yeah.
about.
Bro, that and usually I don't even like to let like I like to make my form my own opinions, but
Mhm.
that is one movie where I'm just like the word of mouth has deterred me from really checking that out. I'm
Right.
like, man, maybe I can miss that one because initially I thought it was by Jordan Peele. Turned out I remember it was like, oh, he's a producer, and I was like, damn it, bro. Like, then I was like, maybe if he's got his name on it, maybe he backed it, maybe it's. But now the word of mouth, like, but you know
Right?
what? I did a Candyman. I will say the newer Candyman, that didn't have the best word of mouth, and I waited a while to see that, and I actually liked that one quite a bit.
Same.
Like, so maybe I will check out him, but I will be honest, I have not been like I put that on the back burner.
Right. When it was one that I think, you and I at least, we were really excited about. I was excited
Yeah,
about it.
yeah.
Candyman's got a 84% on Rotten Tomato, but a 5.9 on
Dang,
IMDb and a
I
69% Google user rating. So yeah, I would say you're spot on. I'll click like. I'll
it's
try to bump it up to 70.
yeah, we'll round it up.
But anyway, the Long Walk, which I haven't seen, you've seen, Stephen King joint.
Yes, I
I
like
want to
that a
see
lot.
Wolfman. We've both seen. Both said it would be worth talking about, but it's not that great.
It's not the tops of this year.
Presence is like a I have not seen it yet, but I've heard terrible things, and I've seen it like on the top of other
Is that the
people's
POV with
best
the
of the year.
ghost?
Yes, it's pretty
Okay,
much like
okay.
In a Violent Nature, but with a ghost movie
We could check that
kind of a
out.
thing,
That's be
right?
worth.
Night of the Reaper was a fun little It kind of seemed like a clown in the cornfield esque slasher aimed at teens, but maybe a little bit more adult than that. It looked
Okay,
good. I put it on and watched like the first scene of it when it dropped on Shutter. It looked badass, and it's
I'll
got
check it out.
good
Yeah,
reviews on there. Conjuring Last Rites, which we haven't done any of the Conjuring movies. Neither of us are big fans, so I think
we might as
probably
well
won't
stick
get.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'll do the
Okay.
whole franchise or catch up on it or something. And then the other one, which maybe we'll do next month when it comes out, is the remake of Silent Night, Deadly Night, Christmas
You
slasher.
know, I've been actually interested in that. Like the trailer was like, you know what, it looks entertaining enough. There was this movie that came out. I think it might have been a Shudder original, but it was like about a robot. It was like maybe 2022 about a robotic Santa that
Yes,
sire.
yes,
You know what I'm talking? It was pretty. This kind of reminded me of that, and I was like, I remember thinking that was pretty okay. I
it
looked
definitely
at.
was. God, I wish I could think of the name of it. Anybody in the chat, if you know what it is, yes, it came out. 2-3 years ago, Robotic Santa. It was pretty badass.
It was gnarly.
I know Robbie.
Like,
Robbie loved it. He liked it a little bit more than I did. I think they did it on Dylan's Horror Show. I wish I could think of the name of it. But yes, it was good. Christmas, Bloody Christmas. Is that it?
Was that it?
Something like that.
Okay, yeah, that
Let's go
sounds
with it.
familiar. Okay, I like that. I like that.
We'll pretend that that's it. But I'm saying, just kind of looking at it overall, pretty damn solid year.
Very
But
strong year.
I think what we'll do is it'll be fun to kind of, because now we've been doing this for 2 years now, comparing and contrasting 2025 with 2024. When we do our list show and the Bloodsies and all that, will be pretty fun. I'm thinking last year might have been a little bit better, but I think you'll be able to make a fire ass top 10 out of this year by the end of the year.
What did we have with last year? It just
The Substance, Nosferatu,
okay,
Oddity,
okay,
others,
okay.
other things. I don't know, but I remember it's kind of the same thing as we're going through the year. Like it's okay,
Until
and
we
then
get
by
to
the end of the year and all the fall ones come out, we were like, damn.
The one with fucking Hugh Grant and our homegirls.
Heretic. And that's what I'm saying,
Heretic,
dude. Even just looking at this, like what we did last year for the Bloodsies were like the best kill, the best performances, best, scariest movie, all that. I can't even think. I don't think there's been enough slasher movies like there was last year where we had Terrifier 3, we had It in Violent Nature. There's like just looking through here, it's like, damn, I can't really think of like any big, like instantly iconic kills.
They were all
this
like,
year.
Oh yeah, horror definitely was off in a different. I think slashers will be back in it. The best slasher this year to me was probably Hard Eyes.
Yes,
to be honest,
and that wasn't a thing that was about the kills.
Yeah.
I can't really think of like there was kind of a kill that I kind of remember, but it's not that kind of a thing. It was great. I think it's like the best date night movie of the year. You can put together on that list, but this is a more serious kind. You might have to have a talk after watching together.
Man, that's this is a great pairing, but Hard Eyes and Together would be the best date fucking movies, bro.
For sure.
Like, oh man.
All right, so let's go ahead and let us dive into this thing. Let's talk about Bring Her Back first. As I said, sophomore effort from the Philippou brothers. They were originally, after they did Talk to Me, huge success. They have their YouTube channel, Raka Raka, which first of all, these are both Aussie filmmakers. So both of these are Australian horror movies. Didn't plan that out. And both of them had successful YouTube channels before going into directing, which is just like somebody we talked about recently. For Weapons last week. So that's 3 2025 horror movies we've watched in a row where the directors were originally content creators on YouTube before they went into directing.
I respect it.
Right?
Just the Aussie bit, we might have to keep an eye out on Aussie directors because I believe Romulus, I forget his name, but
Alien Romulus?
Yeah.
Fede Alvarez?
No, I'm thinking of someone else. No, you know who it is? It's the dude who directed that movie I'm always talking to you. Overlord.
Yeah.
He's an Australian filmmaker, but Overlord.
Dude, they make good stuff. I mean, they kind of have a reputation for being some of the better horror movies are coming out of Australia. And it's been like that for a while. Like they've always kind of had a reputation for making good horror movies. But anyway, this one, their second effort, it was kind of weird. Like when this came out, it was there wasn't like the proper amount of buzz around it. Yeah. I felt like after Talk to Me being so big, it kind of just came out and it had some buzz. And then it re-buzzed up once it hit like max or whatever, but it never really reached anywhere near the levels of Talk to Me. But I've heard mostly, I've heard mostly really, really good things about it. And then I'll just say my part now, like after watching it, loved it. Like it's such a banger, everything. It's like really like the acting, the music, the way it's shot, the way it's directed, it's fire, but also just like it's super fresh. Like Talk to Me was really, really fresh and felt young. Right? Yep. This one is fresh. It doesn't feel like as hip and cool.
Yeah,
it's exactly as cool as Talk to Me, but still fresh, just like in a different way. And then the other thing that I wanted to mention off the rip is like we talk about all the time, like horror, everything deals with death. I've said it a bunch of times. Vampires dead, zombies dead, blah, blah, blah. It's all like one big metaphor of death. Slashers, you're just killing people. But like 90% of the time when you're in a horror movie and you're dealing with death, you keep it light.
They
You
don't
know what
take
I
it
mean?
yes, yep,
They take it seriously, and that's kind of
yes,
a more modern trend, like
yeah.
Hereditary and Midsummer, and just like
The
people are
the actual ramifications that would you would go through in dealing with this death
right,
or serious loss,
like letting
and
the emotional aspect of it like come
yeah.
through in the film,
And one
which
thing
is
I
different.
like about them in particular, which is they only got the 2 films, but they kinda, it ties into them focusing on, like, the realist they focus on, like, the teen I don't wanna say teen angst, but teen situations. They remind me
Mhm.
of, like I wish I had a better comparison, but Blink-182. Like, they're
Okay,
they were above the age group that they were writing for, but
right,
they hit so hard, like, they nailed it,
totally.
like, when I was a
For me,
teenager, bro,
being a
I
little older,
fucking
it's Green Day. So yes, it's that
okay,
same
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
punk
yeah,
thing. Totally, man.
Blink-182 is the next Green Day in
Right,
a lot of ways,
exactly.
so yeah, so you get what I'm saying, like, they knew how to write songs that just resonated with a certain I feel like these guys are doing that with this even though this one didn't really I think it's because it wasn't as hip, like you said, it didn't really even though it dealt with teenagers, it didn't
Mhm.
have that vibe to it like that like
Right.
Talk to Me did, where it was like this is a teen almost Talk to Me wasn't a teen slasher, but almost it was like advertised like that. Like it had that vibe to it
It was
in a
fun.
way.
Even
Like
like think about that one scene. I always think about the scene in Talk to Me where they're fucking with the hand and that crazy song comes on and they're like just like oh there's it's a vibe.
yeah.
They kind of did a scene like that in this movie where they're all drinking and it's like it's kind of
Oh,
a similar thing. They're having fun to this silly ass song, but it's very different. It's a family environment, and it's just like everything was heavier
it's
about
very
it.
complex. Yeah. Yeah.
Like Talk to Me was heavy too, like the way it dealt with death. Like if I don't remember it super well, but I know the main character was dealing with the death of her mom, and it was a lot about loss, which we've said before. Like it's like ghost stories are the ones that tend to have an underlying sadness that kind of
Yeah.
runs through them, which is proper. And these aren't really ghost stories. They're weird. I mean,
They're
I'm
like
comparing Bring Her
drama.
Back and Talk to Me, kind of like a ghost stories, but like with possession,
Yes.
right? It's like
Yeah.
kind of like a demonic occult possession, and they both kind of subtly can fit in the same universe. Slasher Fred, my brother, what up, man? Says the title of the movie, I think he's talking about Bring Her Back, makes me think of that classic horror story, The Monkey's Paw, where the son dies in a freak accident at the factory and the mother's unable to accept his death.
Very, you know what? I shout out to that for you noticing that slasher Fred because like I couldn't make the comparisons. I haven't read
Hmm,
that story or heard of that story, but that's essentially what goes on and Bring Her Back. With
right,
spoilers, is
right,
that that when the main lady or the caretaker, she's can't get over the loss of her daughter. She lives in a world of remorse, regret that she wants to bring her back. Hence the
right.
title. But yeah, that's a cool little shout out there. Notice that's
You
really
know
dope. I gotta
what?
check that out.
And I want to know your opinion in a second, but I was the other thing I wanted to say is like going along with that, it reminds me of two movies kind of mixed together, bunch of movies mixed together. The one would be a dark song. Do you remember that? You covered that, right? You were on that one. I think it was me, you, Robbie, and
Is that the fucking witch?
it was like a dark song. Is this woman wants to bring? You're led to believe that this woman wants to bring her dead child back. I think it's a dead
Mhm.
daughter in that one too. And she gets hooked up with this occult guy, and they're in a house together doing this magical process that takes like months. Maybe you weren't on
I
that one.
I know I watched that one, but I know I wasn't on that panel. I remember being in the chats for that one. I
Remember,
think
she's even like talking to an angel. She goes to an
yes.
angel, and this angel's like, "Do all this shit, make this sacrifice or whatever, and I'll bring your daughter back." Or that's what we're led to believe. This is that exact same thing, right? Where
Yeah.
we end up
There
finding out. Spoiler alert: it's pretty obvious what she's trying to do. It's called bring her back. They're trying to bring her back. The only female that's dead in the movie is this foster mom's daughter. So
mhm.
we're like, I going into it knowing like, okay, clearly she wants to bring her back, but it's mixed between that and then Speak No Evil. You watch that,
Yeah.
right? Where
The
it's like this
McAvoy.
awkward, yeah. It's like this awkward house guest sort of thing where you can't tell, like,
Weird
is this
tension.
person? Yes, weird tension.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
it's like you really can't pick up, like, are they weird or am I just reading the
Am I reading?
situation
Yeah.
a little bit wrong?
Yep.
Which I
Yep.
really like. It's so good. But overall, man, what'd you think?
Bro. No, I loved it, man. Yeah. It was just different, man. I don't know. Um, I'm trying to gather my thoughts. I was really
Yeah,
impressed with this one, man. I like that they balance, like we were saying earlier. It's like it is a horror movie, but you could take. I love it when you could take elements out of it, and it could be a straight up gnarly
totally.
drama if you took out the horror elements. Like they're in an abusive foster situation where this lady might be if you took the horror elements out of it, she's just an overbearing, controlling person, because of the loss of her daughter. But they know how to tie it together, and they're very visual directors, man. Like the
Yeah,
kid in here when he's like just chewing on glass and shit like that. Like they know how to make you feel very unnerved and
totally.
uncomfortable. Um, it's slightly like their films slightly remind me of fucking Darren Aronofsky, his fucking Requiem for a Dream.
Oh,
You
okay.
always
Yeah, yeah.
feel not. I've watched that movie twice, and I don't ever really want to watch. I've never seen it ever, but I don't intend to watch it anytime soon if it's not for like not on my
It's
free time.
I said the same thing last time I watched it. I'm like, this movie's badass, but I hate it. Like I hate
Yeah, it
watching it.
makes you feel so. Yeah, there's elements of this here where their movies make you just feel like icky, but not as deep as that. But I appreciate that because I feel like they're tapping into like an emotional core or
Totally.
something like that all humans feel, and just a unique voice, man. Like it deals a lot with like regret and not even just like loss of death, just like regret in life. With like I appreciate I like everyone was a great actor, but like the brother's performance, bro. Like
Yeah.
you know he had a lot on his shoulders at a young age, and it's like he I don't know. That really there's a layer of performance because it's like he didn't almost like himself, but he was trying to. It's almost like he's trying to throw himself into a sister to like
Hmm.
blind himself from his own shit that he had going on and traumas. It was a
Billy
very
Barrett.
interesting. Billy Barrett, the
Billy,
actor.
yeah.
Okay,
Really good. I mean, I
yeah,
could see him like handsome young man too. I could see him like being like a leading man
yeah.
once he takes some human growth
He
hormone.
grew up a
Yeah, I
little
mean, you
bit,
gotta do the Hollywood thing.
yeah.
But he does. He's good looking kid, really, really good actor. I thought he was great. Everybody was really good. Sally Hawkins played Laura, the foster mom, and then it was Sora Wong played the sister who was
So okay.
blind. She's blind in real life, which I figured.
She was damn good, to be
First
honest.
time,
Like,
first experience acting. Yeah.
wow. I shout out to her, man. Like, I don't not to make a note of it, but like when an actor's handicap isn't immediately presented that it's not like that doesn't
Hmm.
come off to me like blatantly. Like I dig that, like she's just a character in that world, a character in the movie. But
Right.
yeah, she was great, especially for her first time.
I love their relationship was great. That's like
Yes.
I don't. I mean, I have three steps, or I have three stepsisters, but I always kind of appreciate like the brother sister relationships when you get a good brother sister relationship on screen, which I never really had with the three of them. I don't know why I bring it up, but their relationship is great. I love like how he's in like the protector role,
Hmm.
and like there's certain things because she's blind, he's kind of like painting the world through rose colored glasses for her. Like we see this super creepy kid, he's creepy as fuck, and he's smiling at you, and he's not
He's
smiling
just
at all.
got a serial killer stare, bro.
Things like that. He was great too. Like you said earlier, like they're such visual directors. There was like the first time you see that kid in the pool, you're like,
Just
this
standing
is
there,
like so
bro.
was such a creepy ass kid. One scene that really sticks out to me when spoiler, when they pretty much when dude dies, when the brother is killed, his
Yo,
his
yeah.
face on the puddle, and she like puts her hand on his head, and just like turns his face into the puddle. Something crazy about that, just how it looked.
Yeah, yeah. Because I don't know, because it was so up close, man. Like but very stylish at the same time. That scene did fuck me up because I was like, no way, man. Like,
Right? You think he's about to pop out of it. You do not think that they're about to kill this guy, who's pretty much the main character.
yeah, he was, yeah. So
Ballsy choice.
man, yeah, but yeah, I do like the brother sister relationship. Kind of reminded me of Jeepers Creepers in
Yes.
a way. Like they
Yeah.
had a great sibling rapport. Well, I know you spoke on it with you. I have my younger sister. She's a motherfucker now, but it's like I remember at a certain age where I was like, big bro trying to, paint the world through, I was always a little bit more aware than my sister at an earlier age. So it's like trying to paint the world through rose tinted glasses and shit. It's like they didn't really mean it like that, Madison. They did such and such. But no, it definitely felt authentic. That I think that's like one of that's a big appeal to like both their movies is like the emotional ties or between the characters always feel like real shit, like
Right.
real family shit. I'd love
Super
to,
authentic.
yeah, I'd love to see them, man, ballsy cat take, but like do like a, I was gonna say throw them in the like 28 weeks years world, but like do a zombie film or maybe do like a remake of Hills Have Eyes, but
Hmm.
they do a good family element, and
Right.
they're very brutal and visual. I think they
Right.
could,
And even just the two of them together, being brothers, I think it's a cool. You know what I mean? They're good at
dynamic.
bouncing those ideas off each other.
Yeah.
They were gonna do. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier. I think I planned to, but their plan was after Talk to Me, they were gonna do a Street Fighter movie. Yeah, that like I guess I don't know if it fell through or what happened, but they ended up going for this instead. I don't know if there was a timetable to get this done, but interesting. It leads me to believe that they have interests obviously outside of horror, which
They
I
would
would like
love.
to see. Like part of me wants them to just keep making these super original horror movies because we don't have
Yeah.
enough of those. They did say that they want to subtly make all their horror movies at least be in the same universe to a degree. And
Okay.
you
I
could
can
really
respect
see,
that.
like, Talk to Me, you're dealing with people on the other side.
Hmm.
This one, it's just clearly there is another side because they're
You're gonna
trying to
bring.
bring this girl
Hmm.
back from, and there's little things. Did you notice it in this one when they've got Ollie, the little bald kid, who basically we find out has like an angel inside of his body? They took and trapped this angel inside of his body, and then the spoiler, the plan is she has saved the frozen body of her dead daughter, and they're going to then put
That was gnarly.
the dead daughter. The angel is going to put the dead daughter into the body of this new girl, the sister, the blind sister in this one.
By
But
vomiting. Yeah.
he says something. The brother says to Ali, "Oh, you want me to get you a pen? That way I can talk to you and you can talk to me." And I was like, "Waka waka, they did the thing. They did the thing." You know what I mean? Just a subtle little, like he kind of
Little
leaned
head
into the
nod.
line a little bit. But speaking of, right after that, how about when this kid starts? We already mentioned it, but the gnarly moments in this movie get so gnarly. He takes the knife and he starts chewing on this like Michael Myers kitchen knife.
Mm.
Like it was insane. It was one of the most visceral
Just
moments
going
of the
at it,
year.
bro, too. Like you think they're just gonna show it once and like cut away, but no, you just see him sitting there gnawing on it, like gashes going in his foot. Like, oh my god,
And then
like
chewing
that
his arm. He's like eating
ripping
his
flesh
own
off,
arm.
biting the damn table, like biting it hard enough to like break it off. Like so uncomfortable, this movie, man. Like, but very
That whole
effective.
thing
I
was so good.
appreciated it.
Yeah, then so right after that, I just like this whole moment in the movie was so good. Crazy moment. He's biting the knife. He's like, "Oh God, we got to get you out of here. We got to get you to the hospital." He drags him across that salt line, which was really subtle with the first time you see it, but I did spot
Hmm.
it when they first got to the house. I'm like, okay, salt line, just like in Weapons from the week prior that we watched.
Ooh, good.
When he dragged him across the salt line, he's freaking out there. Like, what? Just a crazy moment. So good, man.
Oh man, I'm trying to imagine what I would have done in his situation, like, because you're like you just see this kid start gnawing on a fucking kitchen butcher knife, and you try to go get him help, and he starts convulsing. I panic. I was like, what the fuck do I do? Oh man, this
Slasher Fred saying jokes. Speak no evil. Isn't that the underrated comedy film with Gene Wilder And Richard Pryor, it's been a minute, but yes, yes, it is. I know. What up, man? It says physically reacted to that scene in the theater. Gnarls Barkley.
Yes.
Also, yeah, when he's chewing on the table was another just like he's like eating the table. So they're really, really good at those
Anything.
gnarly ass moments, man.
Something that also made me very uncomfortable was the funeral scene
Yes.
where she's like,
Kiss him.
yeah,
It's
she like kind
custom.
of, yes,
It's
that I was
not,
like,
he says. It's not. When that
I,
you know what I thought was gonna happen? You remember when they show like him in the shower and his lips were all like crazy deformed, like what he actually looked like when he died in the shower?
mm-hmm.
I didn't know at that point what kind of magical abilities this lady had or if she had any. I thought it was going to see him kissing the lips because the corpse looked pretty good, right? And then I thought he was going to pull up and look and see that he still looked all crazy like he did in the shower, and then he just kissed his lips looking like that. Either way, it was
that
super
would have
fucking.
been, that would have been, I that was, I don't that scene. I don't know why that scene. Like I don't. I felt like I missing something with that scene. Like it made me uncomfortable unless that's what they're going for. But I felt like there's like some symbolism there that I was missing. Like because she explained that it's custom and
Right.
certain. I just
Yeah. What
didn't
was
like.
it? That is a good point. Like, what was her point of doing that? How did that help her plan?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they didn't really get if she did practice. Like obviously she was into other shit like occult shit, but they didn't really get into like
Her
the
backstory.
details of what she necessarily the
Right.
rules she believed in or it was just kind of like whatever she
I
says
really
is
like
like
how she was learning. We're seeing how she's learning everything from just watching
that video that
old tapes
yeah,
of the occult, which is funny because then in together, the, spoiler alert, tiny, they stumble across someone doing some occult rituals on VHS tapes. Right? That's a really common trope.
that's a good yeah, it is a common trope, but it's cool how the coincidence of
Right?
the stars have aligned that we're talking about movies that both have because I mean honestly it could have been any movie we covered that like last week I didn't have the VHS tropes, but it is a very common trope. I oftentimes when I see those, I'm like, man, bro, like who's been holding on to these tapes? Or like
Right.
why would you film this? Like for what? For research purposes? Like you're just incriminating yourself.
The oh, I was just thinking something. I'll tell you one thing, like the way that it ends. Okay, so little spoiler for how it goes, or big spoiler, giant fucking spoiler for the way that it ends. Most dope, my brother. What up, man? Appreciate you being here. Slasher Fred says in the original Orphan, which I don't. Oh no, I have seen. In the
Is it
original
the one?
Orphan, the actress who played the hearing impaired biological daughter is actually that in real life. It's kind of like in A Quiet Place. They've kind of learned that's the best way to do it.
What was that movie with John Krasinski?
A Quiet Place.
Quiet Place, yeah. I
Yeah,
did daughter in that fucking amazing,
right.
like the
Okay, so this is what I wanted to say, man. This is how I wish it would have ended. So, spoiler alert: if you haven't seen how this one ended, then let it be known. We're about to spoil it. The way it does end, it doesn't. She like stops, right? The lady, what she has to do, she has to take this new girl, this young blind girl, who reminds her of her daughter, which you could tell she really is like attached to her, and she does care for her, right?
yeah,
Which was
yeah.
cool. It added to the whole thing. She has to kill her in the pool that her daughter drowned in, and then the angel in this fucking kid's body is sitting there waiting to basically put her daughter soul
Regurgit, yeah.
into this new body is what's about to happen. And then it says, you hear all of a sudden, like, she's trying to kill her. She's holding her underwater, and you hear, Mom. And it's a different voice. And then I looked back on the subtitles, and it said, Kathy's voice says, Mum. Right? So that's her daughter. And I'm like, oh, shit. At that moment, I'm like, oh, my God. I think, anyway, let me just continue with what they
How
do.
do
Look,
you interpret that?
let's see if the way I interpreted what does happen is like maybe she like changes her mind at that moment because whatever does happen is that it doesn't fully take. Do we agree on that?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
it's not. It's the original girl Piper stays in her own body and she leaves, and then Laura, the foster mom, is that she takes her dead daughter's body out. And they're laying in the pool
And
together.
accepts
Looks
her
insane. You're right. She just accepts it for what it is.
yeah.
I think it would have been cooler. Imagine, and this is what I thought was about to happen, if it did work, if it fucking worked. So now this mom has killed this girl that she really did care for. She brings her daughter back. She's got the dead brother over here. She's got the dead counselor over another room, the woman that came over, her friend that she killed. And her daughter has to live in this world. Now deal with what you've done. You've brought your daughter back, but look at what you did to do it. And then
And is
how is your
she
daughter going to
blind now?
react to the, yeah, she is blind, but like there was a lot to play with there. I think it would have been
Yeah.
way more like fuck. Like now what is your
Mo-
daughter thinking of you? What do you think about yourself and all that? It would have been a heavier thing to just kind of leave it like that and be like, what did you do? Why am I back?
I kind of, I kind of took it as like maybe like since there's like the talk to me references, like there's like the bridging of the worlds, bridging the
Mhm.
gap, like maybe her daughter, like because the movie was about kind of loss and accepting, not accepting it necessarily, but like moving forward, yeah, and
Right.
it's accepting, yeah. But maybe her daughter was on the other side, like saying, "Mom, no, like
Right.
this isn't the right way to do it." Like
I think I almost took it like what her hearing her daughter's voice, like kind of put it all into perspective for her real
say that, yeah,
quickly.
that's how I really took it. Yeah, it was like that. The or, the what's her name? The actress
The the
Sally,
the older one,
the sister.
Sarah Wong, Piper's her character's
Piper.
name.
When Piper is saying, mom, no, I, obviously I took it initially as like that triggered something in the foster mom that it reminded her of her daughter because obviously they already had a connection.
Mhm.
Sorry, Mike. Um,
You're okay.
but yeah, I think that did trigger something in her where she stopped. She realized, like you said, it put it in perspective with her for her, where she realized this isn't like the right way to go about it. And what am I really, is my daughter gonna be happy being brought back with the
Right.
circumstances we have to live in?
Just think about it. Like if she gets arrested and now she's stuck in this young Asian girl's body, like
Who's
if that is
blind?
how it went down, there's so many interesting ways that it could have went from there. But
Or
not
you
that
know
I'm
what
saying
else
I
fucked me
didn't
up?
like the ending. I would have liked to see it go the other way. What's that?
Yeah, no, it would have been a more. I think they're trying to have a more happier ending since I think the film was so heavy. But I
Right.
at that point I kind of say, "Fuck, go for it. It's been this dark, fucking finish us, bro." Like we had the brother get drowned in a puddle and shit. It's like finish us off. What else could be worse?
So
But
crazy.
when she dumped piss, like the way she was manipulating shit throughout the movie really like pissed me off.
Right.
And it was just quite nasty and trifling to be honest. Like she like pissed in the cup and then threw it on the brother's pants. So he thought he pissed himself.
Now, all this
And
is
then she
just to get
smacked.
rid of the brother, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Right. What
yeah.
was it earlier that we're trying to figure out why the same thing with Kiss Your Father. I think it was all just like to get him
To make
uncomfortable,
him
to get
seem
him to leave. Because the other like theme would be like grooming to a degree, taking
yes,
advantage of people. One of the
yes.
steps is you've got to get rid of the
The
people that would
protectors.
stop you. Yeah, the protectors
Mhm.
of the family and the people they're close to.
That there's so many scenes that was just like, what the fuck? Like the piss scene, and then afterwards, and she just like socks the shit out of Piper while she's sleeping, bro.
That
And
was
then
crazy too.
I was like, wow, man, this is gnarly movie, gnarly movie.
Well, it
Not
kind of goes with that like you see it a lot, like cringe horror, like embarrassment. Like I didn't do it. I did like in Smile when the
mm-hmm.
kid opens up the present, it's got the dead cat in it, and it's all this like
She starts.
embarrassment. And like, no, like people
Mm-hmm.
are blaming me for something that I didn't do. Seems to be a common thing. It's just like a weird fear that we have that is like less explored in horror.
I wonder if that ties into like the whole like social
Rick,
media
what up, my
thing where
brother?
it's like it's so easy for people to get canceled or whatever per se nowadays over like and shit has changed, but it's like to bring to mind like the James Gunn situation. I always remember thinking it was crazy. I was like, yeah, the man said some wild shit, but he was like, it was like who didn't say some wild shit in their younger
Right.
years? Like, are we gonna hold that against everybody? It's like, but it's just so easier to get canceled. And I don't know. I wonder if that like is like tying into it. Like it's easier to be humiliated these days for
Mm,
shit you may or may not have done. Like,
right.
but if it's tagged to you, it's got to deal with it. So it is an interesting thing they deal with in terms of. I mean, they didn't. I'm thinking of Talk to Me. There wasn't really too much humiliation, but there's a lot of uncomfortable shit
I
in
can't think
this
of that
film.
either.
Yeah.
Well, also like speak to me like we mentioned earlier,
Oh yeah.
just like like embarrassment. It's just like weird moments, like how am I social, awkward, weird shit.
Well,
It
how do
just
I
seems to be like a
proceed?
trend in horror,
Mm-hmm.
kind of stemming out of like other successful things that have done it recently. But all right, let's go ahead and wrap this part of it up. We'll wrap up,
All
bring her
right.
back, get into together in just a moment. Let's rate this bad boy before we do. So you guys in the chat, anybody that's seen Bring Her Back, your rating out of 5. What say you, Missing Link?
I was gonna sit here and try to really ponder it, but I'm just going with it, man. I would give this a 4.5. Like I don't think it's gonna be everybody. It's gonna
Mhm.
register or resonate with everybody, but because it is like a very I don't want to say it's a slow movie, but it's a heavy movie. You said
Heavy
it's
as
very
fuck.
heavy.
You
Yeah.
remember me and Stu before we'd seen it, and you had seen it, just looking at like the images of it. It's just like
Yes.
something really heavy. You could tell it's gonna be a heavier movie than Talk to Me. And Talk to Me, it wasn't
That's
light.
Yeah, and that it wasn't a light, but compared to this, it is kind of a more of a light, snappier movie in a weird
Right, right.
way. But yeah, I just this was a very unique film. Deals with like a lot of heavy themes, and a very organic, real way. Like you brought that up earlier. Like they don't shy away from like the trauma ramifications people deal with when dealing with loss and death. Like most people kind of skate over it, like, oh, I was
Right.
sad, but life goes on. These show you the in betweens. These directors show you the process of grieving people go through when it comes to loss,
Makes me
which is
wonder their history. Like what
yeah,
kind of death have they experienced in their lives? It has to be something.
yeah. But
Has to
it
be.
resonates, bro. Like it is no sophomore slump. This was a banger, man. I look forward
For
to
sure.
their fucking third effort.
Same, dude. Same. I think they're a couple of the best doing it.
Yeah.
Um uh Dino says I really loved it. Felt original, much bleaker than what I was expecting.
Oh yeah.
Sasha Frez says if you guys ever watched the 1970s British horror movie Tales from the Crypt, during the Wish You Were Here segment is based on The Monkey's Paw, which he talked about
Check
earlier.
that out.
Dude, I don't think I ever we need to. We need to do the
Yeah.
OG Tales from the Crypt. I think I've seen some of it. I don't think I've seen it all.
I'd be down to cover that.
I'm right there with you, dude. I was thinking the same thing. Like, I could give this a fucking 5. I could do
Yeah.
it. Don't tempt
Yeah.
me, bro. I'll do it. But I'm not. I'll give it a 4.5. And I don't really know why. I don't have like. There's nothing that I don't like about it, other than maybe like I wouldn't necessarily be itching to throw it on again anytime super soon.
Yes.
Even though it
Yeah.
was great, like it's great. It's just not. It's heavier. Like we said a bunch of times,
Yes.
heavier, harder to get through a little bit, especially comparing it to Talk to Me. But again, just repeat myself. Super excited to see what they do in the future. The Philippou brothers. So that's a 4.5 for both of us for Bring Her Back. Let's get into it together. The next one, directed by, as I mentioned earlier, first time filmmaker, written and directed by
Shanks.
Michael Shanks.
Remember the last name. I was like Shanks. Shanks. Shanks.
Starring Dave Franco and Alison Brie, who I looked into her a little bit because I wasn't really familiar with her. You know what she looks like? Oh, I lost her name. Something Wig. She looks like this SNL
Kirsten
comedian.
Wig?
Kristen
Yeah, I know what
Wig,
you're talking.
yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can see that. Just the
Right?
brunette. She's blonde and this Alison Brie's brunette, but they're like
Right.
yeah, I could definitely see that.
Dude, and the other guy looks just like James Franco. I don't fucking know
Yeah,
what
I
it
feel
is.
like they could in another
They could
universe
be
might be
brothers.
related.
Anyway, Dave Franco's his name. Maybe they know each other. Maybe they go to the same stylist or something. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I love this one, man. This one, another great date movie, heavier than like we said. It's not like horror comedy, although it is funny. It
Yeah,
is
it's
pretty
got some good
goddamn
moments.
funny.
Yeah.
But in this one, premise real quick, we got this couple and they're not yet married. There is a proposal at the beginning, but they've moved out of the city out into the country, and the woman has the job and her prospects kind of, and they're moving to where she's going to be the teacher. He's still kind of, to a degree, clinging on to his dreams of his aspirations of being in a
being
rock
a
and
rock
roll
star.
band and whatnot. But it's kind of to me is like, I wonder what Madison thinks of this movie.
Oh, was
She
that
comes
Maddie? Okay, I
she
thought that
comes
was Nolan. It's like
busting into the room. Hold on, let
Maddie.
me mute this so I can yell for my.
Hi, Maddie.
Be nice and quiet while I introduce this movie. Basically, I feel like he's kind of being demasculated to a degree, and she's doing a lot of that. Where it's like,
Kicking
just the
them
fact
out.
that he's not the one that's working. First of all, which I can. Whoa, thank you. Scoot that over a little bit so I look nice and pretty. Perfect, perfect. Thank you. I love you, Madison. Be a good girl. I'll see you after the show. I'm almost done.
She's like, I was
Thank you. But basically, he feels like a little bitch. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And he is giving up. It's kind of like he's giving up his dreams and
His
aspirations
surroundings and
to a degree. Like he is dependent on her. I guess that's really what it is. It's about being dependent on someone else. In a lot of ways, it's kind of leans more towards him. He's way more dependent on her than he is of her, or you know what the fuck I mean.
yeah.
Anyway, they move to this place. They end up falling in this magical, mystical cave, and now he's like it's almost like a magnet that he has to her. Where I love the scene, like she takes off, he's in the shower, and like she turns the corner, he's like sucked up against the wall, like flying
Yeah.
all around it. It gets like really like supernatural and mystical. They end up being like, if they're close to each other, like they're like attracted to each other, and like they get literally like stuck to each other. And it's like you could tell the end is going to lead to them morphing into a single human being. There's a cult mystical stuff involved. But I loved it. Again, I loved it. I thought like the themes were all there, like right on the face of it, but like it dealt with it in a really fun way. And it was also another one that's like just a good, relatable thing for I think a lot of couples to kind of watch
Yeah.
together. Loved it,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Really, really loved it.
No, yeah, I was really impressed with this one. I had an idea what it was, but like I thought it was gonna be more of like a it was supernatural, but like more of a nothing's explained. It just they find a like color that Nicolas Cage movie that came out the Colors of Space or whatever. Where it's just like the comet lands and it's more of annihilation shit just changes because it's alien, you know?
Right, right.
I didn't know there was gonna be like a whole backstory with it, which was cool. But yeah, I was really impressed with this one, man. Another movie where it's like you could take the horror elements out of it and it'd just be just as enticing with
Right.
the
This
dramatic
could just
stuff.
be a horror, not horror, but this could just be like a
A relationship,
romantic comedy, just a
yeah.
drama. It could be a lot of different things for sure.
But you know, heavy with the themes, like it did well at making you see from each perspective. But I'll be damned if I didn't, I wasn't I got the whole like where Alison Brie's character was coming from, but with this like I felt a little bit it's like how can you really kick James Franco's character down when you've been enabling him this whole time? Like you've been kind of like promoting this, but now it's like you're kind of you built don't it's weird behavior to I mean I think most humans indulge in this, but it's weird behavior to enable something that you build resentment towards to the point where it's just like when they're at the dinner table and like you said she's like she kind of kicks him while he's down, like they emasculates him, like in
Right.
front of her coworker she's like taking digs about how he doesn't have his
I like,
ID and shit
because
like
that's
that.
such a
And
real thing. Not that my wife
yes,
does that, but yeah, I've been in.
no, real people go through that shit.
It's a
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, I've been in
yeah.
relationships where it's like, bitch, you just say that in front of people, you embarrassing me or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
There's a real like telling something that kind of really spells this out where like you don't have a car. And it's like, and you like that I don't have a car because then I need you to get to the train station. And I
Yes.
know that kind of relationship where it's like you're setting it up so I do need you.
Because do you want to feel that you like that? Yeah. But yes, it's very real movie.
What is this
Great
fucking guy?
performances.
Did you guys meet on Grind? Who the fuck are you, George
Yes,
Paqueto?
yes, we did. Yes, we did.
I don't
But
even
no,
like grapefruit, but I do like bananas. So thank you. Thank you. Now I'm getting fucking hungry.
yo, yeah. I try to be kind, but I'll just say real quick, it is very sad that it's like the day before Thanksgiving and you got shit else to do, but be in chats trolling people or random chats at that. You know,
I
you need to get a
appreciate it.
life.
It's good.
No, yeah,
It's good
we
for the
appreciate.
algorithm. So keep it going, George.
Yeah, yeah, no, absolutely appreciate the views. Thank you
Hey,
for watching us.
total side note. What the fuck has Dave Franco done? Like, I know he's a name. I know he's fucking
I don't
Franco,
think he's
James
really
Franco's
been.
brother. What is he in? Like,
Yeah,
what do people know him from other
he's been
than
more
James
like
Franco's brother?
a side movies. Like he's always been like a side. Like he was in my first thing I recognized him in was 21 Jump Street
Yep.
with Jonah Hill. And then he's been in.
Oh, is he the number 2 guy in that, or he's like the number 3 or 4 guy? No, he is. He's the other. He's the
He's the jock or the fucking the dude running the drugs at the high school and
okay. So
that.
he's
Yeah,
not okay. He's not one of the main stars of that. And then Neighbors, he is
but he's not one of the main stars of that. He was Zac Efron's best friend, and Zac
right.
Efron and Seth Rogen were the main stars of that.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh
he's always
shit.
like I guess he was in the Disaster Artist.
Yeah,
If
I
you ever
see
seen that,
that too. Yeah.
kind of one of the main stars in that. I guess you could say like him and his brother.
Says he's in super bad, but he must have been a real like background type of thing in
Yo,
that.
yeah, I can't. It had to be a cameo role.
Huh.
He said, yeah, he had a lot of
I
smaller roles.
I can't decide what I think of this guy. You know what I mean? It's like I kind of like it. I kind of like the character, but at the same time, I'm like, still don't know if I like him, but I don't have any complaints. He's kind of weird, like performance. I think part of it is like I'm the whole time, I'm like, man, this guy looks like James Franco. Like it's fucking me up. But what
You
do you
know,
think of him?
I had to. He's 40, man. That's kind of crazy. I was like, he does not. He gives off like
25,
young. Yeah, he seems
big
young
time.
to me. But yeah, I was shocked. I was like, man, he's older than me. But he, I would say like I've always kind of prefer him over his brother, where his
Hmm.
brother kind of James. Yeah, it's to be honest, like James Franco, the shit. It's not shocking. I always thought there was something weird about him, but it's like at the same time, this is his brother, so maybe there's something weird about him. But I was always preferred him as an actor because he didn't. I don't know. There seems something a little bit less pretentious, like James Franco. I mean, it's weird to say this because he did like shit like Pineapple Express,
Right,
but
which is what I really know him from. You know what I mean? Like
but
that's
he, it's he had done other things, trying to be a dramatic actor. But it's like my experience with Dave Franco is that he was always trying to be like he never minded poking fun at himself. Like he was always in comedies or something, playing a side character. So I kind of respect because it's like you could easily cash in on the fact that at the time his brother was
huge.
still
Yeah.
a A-lister, big in the business. Could have easily cashed in on that, but he didn't. He kind of earned his way up to get in bigger roles, and
Hmm.
so, but in terms of the character, which I think you were referred to,
No, no,
the
I
of
was
the
talking about him as a performer. I just couldn't like put my finger on it. Like, do I like him or do I not?
I think I think he plays a certain type, but I think that's just like the Franco brothers in general. There's something different, but weird
Hmm.
about them. But I like him better than his brother. But I think he played the role well. Like f-
She was really good. I feel like I liked her a little bit more than I even liked him.
yeah,
Dude. How about the body horror aspects of this, like the way it was shot. So
bro.
good. I was trying to think
Yeah,
of other movies that like this reminds me of. Obviously, when people say body horror, they think of David Cronenberg, but like the sexualness of this, like sexual psychedelic skin on skin, like weird. It's so weird. It'd just be like someone's face up against like another face, but the way it was shot and like scored, it seemed insane. Like it looked fucking
intense.
crazy. Even when it
Yeah,
wasn't like bodies merging into other bodies, it was just like something really, really, really cool about the way it was shot. I'm trying to think of another movie that it reminded me of recently that was
the
like that.
substance.
Yes, yes, bro, that's exactly it. Yes, like another body horror. Yeah, that's really
In
it
terms
in
of
a
making you
lot of
just feel
ways.
uncomfortable with the man. I'll be honest. There's another movie that just another great pairing though, just because both these movies had made scenes that just you're like, oh my god, I would never want to experience that. When they get stuck together in the stall,
Yep.
and it's like they show the
That's where
shot
you're
of
going.
his like, it's like it reminds me of Stretch Arm Toy back in the day. I'm like, no,
I knew they were gonna too. Like for
no.
those that haven't seen it, they ended up in a little boy's bathroom stall inside of a school. She's a teacher, and he's there. They're having sex, and then they're stuck together. There's a little kid waiting outside the stall. But yeah, I knew though they're gonna show this dick. I could tell it's coming any second.
And then I think the worst part was I think he was flaccid too, which it seemed like it'd be an easier pull. With it be something
Right.
solid, it'd
Well,
be
once you're
stiff.
stuck in there and you can't get out, and you've already busted. I'd be flaccid too. You know what I mean? I'd be fucking
Yeah.
freaking out. that was a wild scene. Another one where it was like really like embarrassing, like awkward, embarrassing moment. That scene in the bathroom,
The
like
blood.
you got the other teacher there, which was just kind of jumping all over the place. But if I had an issue with it, it would be that was super obvious that guy was going to be part of what was going on. Like there's no one
Okay,
else in the movie. That's
that
my
was my
only
fault.
complaint.
Yeah. Okay. So initially, I they kind of portrayed him as like Dave Franco was kind of intimidated by him, like, oh, he's super friendly. Then we find out that the doctor, or they're not the doctor, but the coworkers see who. It's weird because if I see him in a movie, I automatically assume he's playing a piece of shit because my first impressions are important.
Hmm.
But I always remember him in Justified. He played a hillbilly in the hillbilly. He's part of the Dixie Mafia. I call it the Hillbilly Mafia, but they were like some gangsters that were hillbilly gangsters running drugs. And that was my first. I probably see him in other shit, but he's always playing like a type, a very Weasley character.
Okay.
Um, very pleasant in this movie, but I
Yeah.
already had. I kind of already knew. I was like, nah, that's a facade.
He's
So
got a
in that,
look to him. Oh,
he does.
he played Charles Manson in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay, that's the most recent thing I said. Yes, he's always
Interesting.
playing a great. That type is, it's charming, but got something dark to him. Like he's good at that. But with that scene, I was like, okay, he clearly sees Dave Franco's foot step down from the stall, so he knows what's up. So when she
Mhm.
goes to the house, I'm thinking that like they're gonna confront it, he's gonna make his move on her or something like that. But then
Mhm.
he's like, he goes into this whole story. This is where I was like, oh, it's too revealing at this point.
Right.
Because he goes in that whole story about how he lost his husband and he's encouraging her to stay with Dave Franco, even though it's like to an outside perspective, like, yo, this shit seems toxic. You should
Right.
probably, but he's encouraging it. And then what was it that it was the fact that they revealed he was a gay man, to be honest, because I was like, okay, they've kind of been portraying it like he's been, you could either really, because flirting can be misconceived, but you could either have been viewed it as he was being very friendly or he's being flirty, he's trying to make his
Mhm.
move. But then when they revealed that, he said he had a husband, like, or maybe he's a bisexual man, but
Right.
I viewed it as like, oh no, he's not trying to make a move on her. So
Right.
it's
They
like,
did that to clear him of what we were
yeah,
suspecting was going on at the time. But
yeah.
it kind
But
of revealed, well, if it's
real
not that, then he's an occultist.
yes,
You know what I
it
mean?
gave the secret away too early.
Right.
That's my only qualms with it.
Um I was gonna name.
But
I'm just like kind of looking through my notes, just gonna name like some great moments. But I have this
yeah.
written down in my notes. I had to fucking say this at one point when they're first of all the hallway scene when they're like getting sucked into each other in the
The fucking
hallway.
Inception scene, yeah.
Yeah, so doing like in the contortionist stuff, and they're like that's when we first see them actually merging. They're like, get the muscle relaxers. They start eating them. He's like, snort it, it'll be quicker. Me and my buddy, this makes me sound like such a scumbag. We're just fucking around. We were just joking. But me and my buddy, I feel like he was the first one to say it. We used to always say to people, I still do. Someone's like, I got a headache. You got any Advil? I'll hand it to them. I'm like, snort them. They work better. We've been saying, or they work quicker. For years, we've been saying, hey, snort it, it'll work quicker. I don't know why. It's just like a joke we say. Then when he
I,
said that, I couldn't believe it. I laughed so hard. I'm like, I've been
I
saying that
feel like
shit for
there's
years.
some credit. I guess probably he's gotta be
Oh, it's
some. I mean,
true.
people do coke, right?
To the dome.
Yeah, he's straight. Yeah, to the net. Okay. Without saying too much, I've had my younger party in years, but I remember seeing this movie called Flight with Denzel Washington, and he's like a pilot who like
Mhm.
he's like a kind of alcoholic, but he pulled off this amazing maneuver that saved a bunch of people's lives, and they're trying to give him shit for it because like you were drunk when you did it. It was like motherfucker, he saved. So he's on trial. Fast forward, he gets fucking wasted the day before a serious trial, and his lawyers come over like, what the fuck is he like? We can't present you like this. So he tells them to get him a certain thing, and he like cleans up, and it's like that shit works. It works.
Oh,
The
for
remedy
sure.
they had, if you're just trying to get it, just get home real quick, or just make
I
it.
mean,
That shit will sober you up.
I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, and this is years ago. I haven't done any hard drugs in like over a decade. But yes, man, we'd be out at the bars. We'd be like, dude, Jay is a mess. He is just fighting everybody. Somebody needs to get him some cocaine. Because
Yeah,
he,
sober
you
him
know what
up.
I mean?
Yeah.
We need to get his shit together. Coffee does not work, but cocaine probably
A
will.
quick bump. Well, yeah.
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 But that's too revealing. How about the fucking waking up, the hair down the throat scene was
Oh
great.
my
Super
god,
creepy. When
bro.
she wakes up and it's like in the dark and you can just
She's
see
like,
his eyes.
you're pulling on my hair. You could tell something was going on. That was fucking with my anxiety because I'm like, bitch, turn the light on. Why are you waiting so long to turn the light on? God damn it, turn the
I
light
am my
on.
brother. Happy
I
Thanksgiving, my
know.
dude. Yes, that was a great scene. The
To be honest,
shower scene we already mentioned was great. Him finding those rats, all those rats stuck together. So,
oh,
and then his story about finding a rat back in the day. I don't know how that tied in, but it probably did.
that
That
reminded
was
me of
really good.
You ever seen Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah,
Okay, remember the scene or the episode where Jesse's telling Walt about how he had this aunt that would always hear the squirrel in the act, and then
yes.
it turned out she had like it doesn't really correlate, but that him telling that story reminded me of that scene where it
Hmm.
was like them trying to confide in or relate to each other in a sense. Like that was in that Breaking Bad, that was like Jesse really trying to reach out and to Walt in a sense. And
Right.
even in this movie, she was like, weird. I've never heard that story before. Like he was like, I don't know. He felt vulnerable and was trying to really confide in her. This movie was. I don't know if it's a good example of a healthy relationship. I feel it's like speaking on toxic relationships in a sense too,
Well,
because
it's
they were
like
very toxic.
showing the need to communicate because there was
Yes.
a lot of like not saying what you're feeling, and then it would blurt
Yeah.
it out in moments of
And then the
anger.
resentment. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's about exactly. I think resentment was probably one of the major themes of it, which is such a big part of relationships and not
Yeah.
communicate. Resentment kind of grows out of lack of communication.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's how you build resentment.
Yeah.
The saw scene when they're I thought that was really funny too. When
That
they're
was a good humor.
about to cut themselves off or apart, and then she stops. She says, "By the way, I'm sorry. You were clearly right about this." And then I like
love
the edit where this like blade goes to skin, and then all of a sudden it just
you just
edits
see
to them
them
being
smoking a
apart,
cigarette.
separated, yeah, drinking and smoking cigarettes.
I like the line at the beginning where he was like, babe, I wasn't even sure if that was for the right tool for when I used it on the house or whatever. Like, don't use that. Like, what do we do?
Early on in the movie, there was a couple jokes for me that didn't land. I'm like, damn, like they're missing that aspect of it. But that might have just been me because as the movie moved on, like I was laughing quite a bit. It's subtle, like I said, not a horror comedy or anything, but plenty enough comedy to kind of make it a good date night
Did you
movie to
get
a degree.
any like midsummer vibes with like specifically the beginning where it's like the whole aspect of like in midsummer? I guess it's different, but it's similar because it's like he wanted to break up with her, right?
Hmm.
But because of the trauma that happened, he's like, I can't do that. It's like
I
the I
forgot
guess
about that. Yeah.
the weight you entail that comes with taking on when you enter a relationship. It's like sometimes you can't. It's not always for yourself, even if you want to break up with them, or it's. And this one, it was similar in the sense where I don't know, like she obviously had the resentment towards him, but maybe she was like trying to walk on eggshells because the loss of the traumatic way he lost his parents and shit like
Hmm.
that. But in a way, they were both that gave me that vibe. Where they didn't show it in this movie. That's the only difference. Like there was more like revealed through like backstory later on. Like because
Hmm.
initially I think they could have like opened with that. To be honest, even though the dog scene was gnarly, I think opening with the parent scene would have
Dogsy was cool.
Yeah. But they did. It was just that kind of felt like a money shot to me, just because it's like
Right.
we didn't really get back to that. They just kind of show you what this might lead to, or what the it's like. Yeah, but if we watch the movie, we'll see what it leads to. We don't need to see. I get the whole full circle start at the beginning thing. Um, but I don't. I felt like he kind of did seem like a, I don't want to say a bum, but it's like because she annoyed me as well. I guess that was realistic because they both annoyed me in certain
Right.
aspects, because they were both right, and they're both wrong. But I felt like if they would have showcased the parent situation more at the beginning, like his situation might have seemed. It was like, damn. I mean, maybe that's why they didn't do it, because she would have kind of seemed like a bad guy. It's like, bitch, he just lost his
Right.
parents. Why
Right.
don't you ease up on him? Like, but that way, I guess the way they did it was more balanced that way. So I guess I answered my question. But that, I don't know. I did kind of want to see more of his trauma, and because he kind of seemed too needy. But it's like the more we learned of his trauma, it's
Right.
like it makes sense.
They
Like,
had to kind of like right. I think you would have known too much too early if they
yeah,
unless they
yeah.
kind of strung it out. Um, last thing I want to say. I mean, there's probably a bunch more to say about it. It's a great fucking movie, great film. The ending. Spoiler alert for the for the way that
Just
it
a
ends.
night,
It,
just a night.
it has yeah. How about it? Dude, it got so silly by the end of it. I'm like, dude, was the beginning of the movie this silly? Like with the
No,
Spice Girls and shit. It's like, wait a minute. Did the movie
tonal shift.
yeah, did it get more like satirical to a degree as it progressed, or was I not picking up on it early on?
It got more dramatic. It seemed like, because I did. I'll be honest. I did enjoy it, and I took it for what it was. But I did find myself thinking, like, what's going on? Like, because it's
Right.
like he says he has a plan. She says she's got a plan, but meanwhile, both of you don't know what the fuck. You're just planning on. She plans on dying, I guess. He plans on offing himself, and then
Right.
you're just gonna leave each other there with the loss of each other. Like, I don't know. I like you guys, and just the way they just kind of submitted to it, like, fuck it, like, but I thought you guys had a plan. I thought you knew, like, I guess they
Right.
didn't. I don't know. It was just that threw me off, but it
It
just
was what
seemed,
like I said, like the metaphor was so thick, but it was like really well done and super relatable for anybody
yes,
that's been
yeah.
in like a plethora of relationships. Like really relatable, all aspects of it. But though what I was gonna say is just like the very ending where we find out the way that we see them merged, and you just hear, "Hey," like for it to end on that "Hey" note. That's what I was saying was like really funny, like a really funny way for it to end. They
Oh,
looked
hey,
yeah, it looked fucking crazy. So
what
then
was that?
you know that the guy, the other teacher, like that was what he looked like merged
Did
with his partner. So
yep.
that was two people in one, and that's spoiler. That's what the whole cult is. You find like your complete self, and you merge and become one, fully like complete human being to become one. So fucking weird.
They had that weird bit about where the teacher, that Jamie was explaining, about how in Roman culture they believe Zeus, you were born with 4 legs, 4 arms, 2 faces, but
Right,
Zeus didn't like that, so he separated you, and you say you have to spend your whole life trying to find your other. So I mean, that was kind of a cool
right.
foundation for a cult to be built on, especially when they
Hmm.
have that. Reminded me of Annihilation too. We need to cover that
I
movie.
haven't seen it yet, even.
Yeah, we need to cover.
Dino says I went in expecting a more serious artsy tone. Totally. So did I,
Yes.
dude.
Yep.
Just from like the look of it, even like the
Yep.
font and whatever, the cover of it. I'm right there with you. Threw me off. Ending was silly. Ending was silly, but I liked it. I laughed and I
Yeah, I said,
enjoyed it.
yeah.
It set me
I'm
off
a
with a
Spice
chuckle.
Girls fan too, bro. Like, you throw a Spice Girls song in there, I'm a sucker for it.
I'm sitting
Shout
there
out Spice
waiting.
Girls.
I'm like, what fucking song is about to people of the world?
That's
You
what
know what I mean?
I was like, if you want to be my lover, like, you
Yeah, what
gotta,
is it
like, I
about
was
to
like, which
be?
one is it
I'm
gonna
like,
be?
oh no, I should have known. Like, I think that song is just called Together,
To
maybe?
become one.
Two oh, that's what it calls? Two
Mhm.
of us together. Alright, so fucking funny, man. So funny, which is that's what I'm saying. I did not expect it to be that
You
by
know,
the end of
you
the
know
movie.
what? There's a lot of solo, subtle humor in the movie. James Franco, or Dave Franco's good at this. Like, when they're explaining how he's explaining his theory to her about how some weird shit's going on first, and she doesn't believe him. He's like, you know what? You should sleep in the guest room tonight. We should spend some time apart. He's like,
That's
exactly.
what
I'm
yes.
saying the same. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like, I don't know why I was rolling at that part, but I was just like,
it
I
was
don't know.
funny, man.
Like, there's a lot of great moments.
I loved whatever. What are they calling it? My boy partner. She
My
can't
br-
decide. She goes. She wants to call him her boyfriend. That sounds so immature. My partner, my boy partner, or whatever. And
Let me
my
ask your thoughts on that because I know
well,
that's a big whole thing now.
well, I was
Like,
gonna let me finish this because
oh, sorry,
Madison always calls me. She's like, a boy grows up to be she's learning, a boy grows up to be a man. A girl
a
grows up
man
to be a
friend.
woman. And she'd be like, Daddy, you're a boy man. I'm like, well, it's not really it has a certain way I would read that, but okay, you're learning. She calls me a boy man quite a bit. But anyway.
I can look at. I view myself as a boy, man. I never, even though I'm about to hit my midlife age, I don't view my. I'm still like, man. Like
I
it's
feel the
crazy.
same
It's
way. It's
bad
imposter
that
syndrome.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, there.
This is it?
Because
This is what a man is?
yeah,
I guess.
yeah. I thought it was gonna be more glorious, but oh, what was I? Oh no, yeah. What do you view the whole? Yo, Ginger Spice was my favorite too,
Oh
but
yeah.
for bad reasons. Because I knew she posed for Playboy as a young kid, so I was
Oh
like,
yeah.
oh yeah. Um, but looking back on it, they're all pretty. I like them all for the. Posh would probably be my least favorite, to be honest. She was very basic, even
Baby blonde?
the David Beckham one. She's not. She's okay. She's
Oh yeah, no,
attractive,
no.
but she
But
didn't.
Baby's the blonde one, right?
Yeah,
I
the
think I'd go Baby, Scary,
yes. Baby scary Ginger and then sporty.
Ginger.
Shout out to the tomboys, but
Yeah,
she's got a softer side to her as well. But Posh always just seems so boring. They're all attractive, beautiful women, but
right.
personality wise, I could do without Posh. Um,
There's a conversation I didn't think we'd ever get into on this
Spice
channel.
Girl,
Rank your Spice Girls from top to bottom.
but no, like all right. So with the whole the the boyfriend partner, do you think that's outdated? I still don't. I don't mind it. People say whatever they want, but it's like I
Yeah.
don't think a boyfriend girlfriend is an offensive term. Like I don't
No,
see
but
what they're
it
calling
made me
people out
think
with
for
that.
the first time, like boyfriend, girlfriend, like, oh, I could, had me thinking. I'm like, I see why someone would think of that as being like, that
Immature
sounds
isn't.
immature. I
Yeah,
sound young, but I don't typically like, unless you're gay, you know what I mean? Partner. Well, I don't know. That seems to be like a gay thing, but gays have boyfriends and girlfriends too, so I don't really know why.
yeah. If you're a gay man, you have a boyfriend. You're
Right.
a
I don't know why
lesbian. You have
that.
a girlfriend. I I'm
Hmm.
wondering if like
I don't like it though. I'll just say that. If someone is telling
because
me about their wife and they call that person their partner, I'm gonna be like, call it,
you
shut the fuck up. Like I don't
because
like it
you
for whatever reason.
even though okay, so
Chat, tell me
even
what
though
you
I yeah, Chad,
Victoria.
Victoria Beckham, Posh Spice
Oh,
real
okay,
name.
yeah.
But I I get it, but it's like okay, so so girlfriend boyfriend might sound immature, but I have this argument all the time. Like realistically, shit like Batman, Superman, Spider Man sound lame as fuck, but it's
Right.
because of the mythos behind it, the idea behind it that we don't think that's like that's boyfriend girlfriend. Like yes, if you want to be literal about it, it's yeah, it sounds a little immature, but the idea behind it.
It's a boy and a girl, which are kids. It's not my man friend and my woman friend. So I think that's why it has that sound. And partner gives the idea that
We
we are
share
building a
something.
life together, right? We
Yeah,
we
yeah.
split the rent because
Yeah, I can get behind that. I
I
can get
get, but
behind
I don't
that.
like it. But I get it.
I'll be honest. I switch up. Yeah, I code switch. Sometimes I might say partner. Sometimes I might say girlfriend.
That's
Maybe
funny.
boyfriend in the future. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah,
I love it. All right, we didn't rate this bad boy, right? Let's
no,
do
no,
that.
yeah.
Go ahead and kick it off for us with your rating out of 5. You fellas in the chat, you ladies and gents in the chat. If you've seen this one, drop your rating out of 5.
You
What
know
say
what?
you?
I'm gonna say it's on the same roll. I'm trying to be a little bit more strict with my fives. I've been giving out fives like hotcakes lately.
We've been doing some bangers. We just came off Horror
Yeah,
Fest.
yeah. It's understandable,
Right.
but I five, I do believe it's like this would change anybody's life. But in a lot of ways, these movies are fives.
Right.
Especially horror ways. But I'll go with another 4.5. Like a very strong movie. I was very shocked by, I was expecting something. I was expecting one thing and it delivered on that, but it went in a totally different way.
Right. It's weird. Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
you.
I thought it was good. Like I said, I thought it was gonna be more color in space, and it was more like I really thought it was just gonna be some indie, like one of the Dino said I think earlier was like thought it was gonna be some indie artsy film where it's like
Totally.
just relationship drama, and we're gonna get some weird scenes of them fusing together, and it's like not really make any sense. But there was like some backstory, like with the cause. Like okay, I could appreciate that them trying to give us some origin. Um, Solid performances, very solid performances.
Hmm.
I like Dave Franco. I didn't really know what to expect much from Alison Brie. Like I've
I
seen movies
liked her a
she's
lot.
been
I thought
in.
she was excellent.
Yeah, but I can't really think of a role she's ever done before of the movies she's ever been in. Like I know she's been in other shit, but I can't think of her standing out. So I
Right.
thought she was amazing in this.
What did I see that she was in? Hold on. I wanted to, because I was like, oh shit, there was one that surprised me.
Oh yeah, and
Oh, she's
Evan.
gonna be. She seems to be the lead female character in the upcoming Masters of the Universe movie. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she was in
Okay.
Community. So I mean, I know that's a really big show, but I've never really
That
seen much
might have been
Community.
where I think she like I started to notice her from
Hmm.
like the Community cast. I didn't watch all of it, but I would like the first 2 seasons.
Glow. She was in Freelance with a.
Oh, Glow was on Netflix, and it wasn't that like the wrestling show, I believe?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah. Freelance with what's his fucking name? So terrible with names. It's one of the biggest movie stars in the world, John Cena.
John Cena.
Came out 2023 and has a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. So she was in that. She did that.
Hmm.
But no, I really liked her too. I thought she was really good. I would like to see more things with her in it.
Oh yeah, and
And the biggest
Evan
thing, I
just
want to
pointed
see
out.
more movies directed by Michael Shank. Really excited.
Yeah.
First time filmmaker. What up, Evan?
Did
My
you
brother.
did you know they were married?
No.
The
She's married
yeah,
to the director?
no, Dave Franco. They're married in real life. Dave Franco and Alison Brie.
No, it's a
Yeah.
fucking damn, dude. Yeah, great. No shit. That's a good fun fact. I
Makes me
asked
wonder
AI,
if
give me
they
some AI. What the fuck? I asked you for some fun facts. This should have been the first thing you said, you dick. Jesus, Grok.
It makes me wonder if their some of their sex scenes might have been. It's like fuck it, we're married, we're
Right.
actors. Like
Put it
let's
in
go
and
for
grip
it.
it. Put it in
Yeah.
and grip.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 4.52. But here's the thing. I was tempted. I was thinking between a 4.5. I was also thinking I could give it a 5, but
Same.
realistically between a 4.5 and a 4.25, because I think Bring Her Back is the slightly better film,
Yeah.
almost in like every, in most angles. Slightly better acting, slightly better directing. I don't know.
Emotionally.
The
Yeah.
directing of this movie together,
And this
like
is the first
right off
time
the bat,
director.
scene by scene, super effective.
Yeah.
Like it's really like you could go in and maybe not love the movie, don't what I mean? It's not for you, but it's effective. You're gonna feel exactly the director is in complete control of the movie and what you're
Hmm.
thinking.
Like
But
even that first scene with the dogs, I said I might have changed it a little bit, but I can't hold you up and say I wasn't like captivated off rep. Like, oh shit,
totally.
let's see where this goes.
Even the
Like
proposal scene, the awkward public proposal scene, female to male proposal scene, that kind of sets everything up right there. Like these gender roles and like, man, you look like a little bitch in front of your friends. And that's kind of why he's like, yeah, yeah,
How
no,
do you
definitely.
how do you feel about it? Because this movie had me pondering a lot of shit because it's like I could see from both perspectives, but it's like, yeah, I feel Dave Franco's played a little bit more, It's like
Hmm.
you just proposed to me in front of all my friends with a fake ring. Like that just I don't know. This
Right.
maybe
This
it's
shit.
my insecurities or just like I just there's just seems
Totally.
something emasculating about that
Totally.
situation.
I've said before the reason why men should be the ones that propose is because a man is way more likely to be like, yeah, yeah, let's go ahead
Yeah,
and do
yeah,
that, even though they don't really mean it. The man
yeah.
has to fucking be the
Be
one to ask.
sure.
Yeah. Because the
Yeah.
girl is going to be like, no, if she doesn't want to. And the man might just spend the rest of his life with someone that he doesn't want to. Because that's how men fucking are.
We're not there yet, but we're slowly getting
We're
there.
working on it. All right, so but I'm gonna give it a 4.5 too, because it deserves it, man. I would put, if you had to pick one, like to recommend to someone that likes all types of movies. Like, I like horror, I like anything.
Oh yeah, well,
You got to watch this one. Like if you had to recommend one, which one would it be?
Bring her back. just because it's more unique. But
Mhm.
I think fucking Together is just. I definitely I pick Bring Her Back. Long story short, but
They're
Together is
they're
recommend.
both
Yeah.
Australian movies, Hyan. I didn't know that till right before we started rolling them. Both of
Oh,
them
Matt
made by
Shank is
Aussie
Australian. He
filmmakers.
was the missing dude boyfriend in the picture. The
Oh,
director.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that. Even I liked like the picture of them, how like wrapped up in each other that they were. Like
Mm-hmm.
they were merging in that.
Yep.
Another one just to throw back to Bring Her Back. Like I like the idea that Laura, the foster mom, had a stuffed dog, just kind of showing like she has problems with letting go.
Letting shit go.
Like if
Yeah.
you've stuffed your dog, like you really are
Texted him.
something fucking wrong with you. Honestly, that's fucked up a little bit.
How do you? Okay, man. This is random. I'm sorry, but it pertains to
Four
this
for
a little
Bring
bit.
It Back from Evan. 4 point.
I heard Tom Brady recently cloned his. I mean, he's got the money, but he
Right.
cloned his dog. So it's essentially the same dog that they're just right. A
I'm
little
okay with
weird.
it, but it's fucking weird because it's not the
Yeah.
same dog because it doesn't have
Yeah.
the same memories. But I don't know. I would do it.
I don't. I mean, if I had the money, I can't say I wouldn't test it out. But it's just like it reminds me of issues of letting go because, like you said, it's like physically DNA. Yeah, it might be your exact replicant, but it's not going to have the like. What makes something a unique being is its experiences throughout its life. And the fact that it has. So it's not the same being. But it's
Hmm.
that's a movie right there, right? But
Right.
it's don't steal from me, people. But about like maybe like what is a clone? Like what makes a person an actual person? Like if you clone them enough
Right.
times, are they?
It's such a common thing. Like what makes like it's about identity. Like what makes
Yeah,
you you. Like we like going through the Star Trek teleporter deal. Puts you in a million pieces, then reorganizes you. Is that still you? Maybe not. Evan,
yeah,
this is
yeah.
interesting, man. Again, AI, you're letting me down because I didn't hear this either. Says there was big controversy surrounding Together right around the time it was released because Michael Shanks was suspected of stealing the story from a foreign horror film. Interesting.
Which one? I
I don't know.
hadn't heard of that. That's
I
it.
don't
That
know.
is
2023. Man, you are on top of it, man. Evan says 2023 film called Better Half, which you could totally see a movie being
the
called Better Half.
similarities. Yeah.
Interesting, man. I have to look into that. All right, hell yeah. On that note,
Okay. Sorry, but
no, go ahead,
it's
go ahead.
like with Martin Scorsese, The Departed, like that was based off, I believe, a
An Asian
Chinese,
film.
yeah, like
Yeah,
called Eternal Affairs, like pretty much the same movie for the most part. But it's like, is that and you're trying? I view it as like trying to bring it to a different audience.
right. It's the same as like like someone remixing a song or like, yeah. I mean, that movie might not have ever been seen by the amount of people that are going to see this one. Still, I mean,
Right.
maybe I haven't fucking seen it, but maybe that guy deserves some credit or should be getting paid for it or whatever. But I don't know. It's interesting. Interesting. I have to look more into it to be able to fully comment on it. But I will say this, man. We coming up. We got Thanksgiving tomorrow, so happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Everybody stay safe.
Gobble
Don't
gobble.
get too fucking weird out there. But and then we will
Oh
be
yeah, it's bar
following
night
that
tonight.
up Friday night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We're gonna be talking probably the greatest Thanksgiving horror movie of all time, and there's not too many of them. Blood Rage. Blood
Okay,
Rage,
yeah,
which was
I can dig it.
introduced to me and to you by the homie Dylan over on Dylan's Horror Show a few years back now. We did that, and
Yeah.
honestly, man, there's Thanksgiving by Eli Roth, which, by the way, throw that out there. It was planned to come out this year. I googled it not too long ago, and it's like, yeah, no, it's still coming out this year. It's not. Like it
What?
ended up getting pushed back. Eli Roth's Thanksgiving 2 got
Oh,
pushed.
okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I didn't.
Okay.
Yeah, if I'm misspeaking. It was supposed to come out this Thanksgiving, but now it's coming out next Thanksgiving.
Because he's
And
doing
he,
that damn Ice Cream Man movie that he apparently has been thinking and working on for
yeah,
over 20 years.
it
The
goes right
fuck out of
along
here.
with that, man. It goes right
Dude.
along with stealing ideas from people. We'll have to see that one to comment on that, but that's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, that's Friday night right here, Blood Rage at 8
I'm
o'clock Central
excited to
Standard
figure
Time.
this
Really
out.
excited about it. It's on Tubi,
Yeah.
so go check it out. Fun little holiday slasher. I love it. I think it was really fun little movie. But you got anything else going on? Did you guys wrap up over there on PCP? You just spent 3 weeks talking Lord of the Rings. You guys are done with that
Yes.
now.
Yeah, man, that was an event. Yeah, I'm glad to have done that. Because I
Oh
doing
yeah.
this, I hadn't realized how long I had not rewatched those movies and how impactful they are, man. Like, there's some great films.
Hell yeah. Go check
Um,
everybody. Yeah. Pop Culture Philosophers. They just did
Sure.
3 weeks in a row. All 3 extended editions of Peter
The
Jackson's
standard edition,
Lord
yeah.
of. Oh, it was standard. I thought you
No,
guys
I
did the
mean that
extended.
the extended edition should be the standard edition.
Oh,
So
okay,
is what
okay,
I'm my
okay.
bad. But yeah, yesterday did stream mark for Geeks Unleashed. We had a makeup stream. We are supposed to stream Friday and then Sunday, but technological
Hmm.
difficulties. But yeah, we did a makeup stream for that. And we will be My Adventures of Superman. And this week Friday, I almost said tomorrow. 'Cause I thought today was Thursday. Eyes of Wakanda. Eyes of Wakanda.
The fuck
So
is that?
yeah, it's a
Co-
cartoon on Disney Plus, like an anime. Did like 3 episodes. It's pretty cool. But after that, we're straying away from the MCU for a little bit and doing All Star Superman, doing a
Oh,
cover.
nice.
Yeah, that would be fun. Yeah.
The comic,
Yes.
dude. I've
Yes.
never read it. I own it, and I've never fucking actually read it. Morrison, right?
Yeah, and Frank Quietly, man, it's a good one.
I got to, man, because I've
Yeah.
heard so many good things about it. I feel like I've read like maybe the first 2 issue of it. I haven't. I need to read it. But hell yeah, man. So yeah, go check out Geeks Unleashed on YouTube and everywhere you get your podcast, and check us out this Friday as we are talking fucking Blood Rage, which Hyun is excited about. Hell yeah, man. So am I, brother. But you guys in the chat, I appreciate the living hell out of you. Going
Been
if you
awesome.
haven't checked out Together and Bring Her Back, highly recommended by both of us. And we'll see you Friday for Blood Rage. Happy Thanksgiving. Be safe. Be good to each other. Thank you, guys.